Oh.
That
Sing
won't
about
line up quite perfectly, so don't use that.
sound. I mean, I already gonna put you singing about Love Rockets on the podcast,
Love
Brian.
rockets.
Welcome back, everyone. We are the Murdermoose podcast, part of the Slash and Cast podcast network.
It's in my ass.
It's
Oh,
in
It
wait,
was
Kim's
in
it's
your
ass.
ass last week too, even though you
Oh,
weren't here.
good.
I don't know if you
good.
felt it or not, but it was
I
all up in that
did.
booty.
I could feel it all the way over here.
Wait.
Speaking of which, the movie last week sucked,
You
and
did not like it.
I did not like it.
That was as clear as literally black and white in the thread. Tell everybody I thought it sucked.
I told her
Absolute
I told everyone you thought it was terrible, and then Brian said something about that, and I hadn't seen it. I was like, I don't think she said that, and then I saw it afterwards. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what Ken meant. That's what Brian meant about Ken. So,
Oh yeah.
I am like, we are, yeah, we weren't fans either. Brian was the most lukewarm of the three of us.
Yeah,
As
it was fine, but it was definitely not. It wasn't great.
it's not gonna appear on any of our end of year
No,
lists,
it's
and
not any of our top 30, 40.
and neither is
50,
Hell of a
70,
Summer,
90,
if we're
100
being honest.
What?
I think
I like Hell of a Summer.
I liked it too, but I didn't love it. This is what my point was. But
Oh, this movie's cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
It's cute.
Um,
We'll
It's
have a great conversation
two,
about that.
two
This-
really, really rich kids got together and spent a bunch of money to make a camp slasher and didn't kill anybody hardly.
No, they
Made
killed
it
lots of
really
people.
dark.
They liked
Off
everybody
camera.
so much they barely wanted to kill them.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they liked killing them off camera and not showing any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken, after you missed us talking about Ash, and you've let your opinions be felt. And a side note, Brian, I was T came in from Handle of Scare. It was in my stream on Saturday, and was telling me how much he liked Opus, and I was laughing at him about
Oh.
like. I'm like,
I
no.
liked Opus.
I liked Opus, but I didn't love Opus. He was in his top 5 of the year, and I'm like, I don't know about that
It's
one.
okay to like what you fucking want.
Yeah, I know. But
It
I mean,
is.
we could bust each other's balls, and even when Brian is singing "Kiss," I mean "Ghost."
Can I just really quickly tell you the most amazing thing that exists on the internet right now?
What's
What is that?
And they've probably been out forever, but I just discovered silicone rain boots, and they are slide-on pieces of silicone that you put over your shoes that go up above your ankle, and they have a little bit of texture on the bottom, and you put them on whenever you go outside. So it's kind of like the ones that like home repair people will wear when they come in your house, but they're
Yeah.
like, the basically trash bags.
Yeah.
These are like literal silicone that you like pull
Okay.
over your feet,
I'm
over
looking
your
at 'em
shoes.
right now.
Do you okay?
Incredible.
How much do they cost? Are they reasonably priced? Because I will bring a pair of these.
$3.24, but it's on Shein.
Yeah, I'm looking.
the fuck
at
is
some
Shein?
on
That's
Amazon
Canadian.
for $6.40.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get. I might get a pair of those and bring them to Burning Man in case it
You might want
rains.
to.
Get a-
Yeah.
They actually
Get a
look
pair
kinda
before you
cool.
go to the bathroom. You wouldn't have that problem that you keep having anymore.
Where I'm stepping in poop or what?
I won't talk about it on there.
I mean, my pee stream has nothing to do with my footwear, but I mean, here we are, and it is what it is. I mean, that's a good idea. Ken, I know you have like the most Midwestern thing in the world, where you have a mudroom. That like every time Ken talks about her house and like living in Canada, I feel like it's like I'm like listening to Fargo in like times. It's like
You have a mudroom at the house?
Yeah. Well, so we have a front door, but we don't really usually use it. And then because our mud room is on the side, and it's kind of a mud room. It's basically you go in, and then when you come in through that door, you can either go down the stairs into the basement, which is unfinished,
Mhm.
or you go up a couple stairs into the kitchen, and that's like where you enter the house. And
Okay.
it's basically a mud room. It's where we store all of our shoes and stuff
Gotcha.
like that, and our mud.
in your mud, and then
it
the
helps
base.
with like keeping the cold out, because it's so fucking cold. If you go through the front door, there's no longer like a breaker there, so it keeps
that-
the -50 out of the house.
And then you go downstairs into your sex dungeon, the how to build a sex room. God,
Mhm.
I'm so mad that they never made
I don't
another
have
show.
a sex dungeon. I
See-
have a sex attic.
I mean, that's just where you're.
I
aren't you-
too am that.
Aren't you in your sex addict right
Sex
now, Brian?
addict. Sex addict?
I mean, Ken's
I
making
realized
up.
what I said.
Addict, attic, T's and D's are different letters.
Look
I
down
mean,
your shirt and spell attic.
I. Brian, what have you been up to, my friend? I mean,
Listening to the best band in the world's new album for a couple of weeks, and then I discovered another amazing band. They've been out for a couple of years called Dogma.
I saw you going off about it.
Fucking addicted to now, and their
so Brian,
videos are the most sacrilegious, sexy fucking things I've ever seen.
So okay, Brian, let's go. I want to add it. We're gonna do a little math problem, and I want to see how this ends up. Brian doesn't have his voicemail set up on his phone, and he posts about things on Facebook when he gets excited. How old is Brian?
Yeah, it's funny because that is very much 70-year-old behavior by far. But we already went over this. We went over this before we started recording. I don't want to set up my voice. I don't care to listen to your stupid fucking messages you're going to leave me.
I mean,
really
I would have just,
I would answer, or B, you can send me a text, because even my doctor's office and my dentist's office send me texts.
I know, Brian.
And if it's a bill related, I'm not going to pay it. So you may as well not leave me a voicemail anyway.
I just want to call you old, Brian. Brian, I want to call you old. That's all we're.
You don't need to bring any of that. The fact that I'm a grandpa gives you just enough right to call me old.
Grandpa Brian.
But I believe it. But I can't
She's
believe
a cutie
it.
Tootie. She's walking now.
Aww.
I had her at my mom's, which would be her great grandmother. So we had 4 generations of Harrison eating lunch today for Mother's Day. As you listeners know, we're recording on Mother's Day, and she was all running around getting chased by a little sausage-shaped chihuahua. It was cute.
That's so cute.
My appliances don't flash 12. I'm not that old. Okay, I know.
I mean. Into the point.
I posted that. I posted on Facebook because I never post on Facebook. It's funny. I posted that on Facebook. I was like, oh, just in case anybody on my friends list has not heard of the amazingness that is Dogma.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Dogma before?
No, I've never even heard of them.
Oh, they are an all-female rock metal band dressed up like nuns, singing about masturbating and their pussies getting wet. It's the greatest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life.
I mean,
They have a song called called My First Peak, and it's about a nun's first orgasm.
Nice.
Fucking glorious.
Okay.
And the videos are super sacrilegious.
Are they more Spirit Box or Ginger? Because I despise
They're
Ginger.
more Pretty Reckless.
I don't know.
They're not
Pretty
that
Reckless
heavy.
Okay.
They're not that heavy. They're hard rock, a la Hailstorm.
Oh, okay.
Minus the douchebag factor.
What do you mean douchebag factor?
I don't like Hailstorm.
What? But they're nice people. It seems like from all.
I met a lot of nice douchebags, bro.
See, that's
I just
being
think
nice.
They make douchey music. I just think their music's douchey.
I mean, you like.
It's
Ghost.
like they're. I akin them to Godsmack. I'm not a Godsmack fan.
Oh,
Godsmack
dude,
sucks.
Okay,
Godsmack
Brian,
is butt rock.
So
and I think Hailstorm is butt rock too.
I want to tell you something that I realized recently. I don't really I despise Ghost's fan base more than I despise Ghost. Like I
can understand that. They're kind of, and I'm kind of included in that. They are my favorite band.
If I hear any more explanation about the Papas and how the new Papas and everything, I'm going to strangle someone and shit directly into Papa's mouth.
They're pretentious. Their knowledge of the lore is pretentious.
And that, dude, that's what's insane. It's like these people will go on diatribes about the Ghost lore.
Wait till you start talking to Sleep Token fans.
Oh no, dude, I understand.
Sleep Token.
No, I told you,
their fans can be pretty bad too.
Dude, no, Sleep Token's fans are worse than Ghost fans because they dox Sleep Token, so they're worse.
Did?
Yeah, they doxed Sleep Token on they unveiled Vessel's like real name and his address and shit like that and his birth certificate.
That's fucking respectful.
Yeah. So that's why
all the girls in Dogma are currently anonymous right now. They're trying to stay anonymous.
Yeah, I mean it works out for a while, but that's the thing. Like even Tobias got his name And
Well, his happened when the previous ghouls tried to sue him.
yeah.
That's when all his shit came out. Which
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
don't
the
really
thing.
know what happened with any of that, but I do know that those previous ghouls, some of those guys are the band Priest. I don't know if you've ever listened to them. They're amazing. They're like a synth wave kind of fucking thing. It's really good.
Dude,
Priest is awesome.
I found this band that's actually from Denver that's called Zoa, and they call themselves bass metalcore. So it's like EDM mixed within metalcore, and it's fucking kind of cool.
Is it
It's
good?
not.
Yeah, I
It's
have to check that out.
it's not like oh my god this will like break your world, but it's a cool little like setup. So. Which is, I mean, there's more of that. Like, there's like Sullivan King who writes like metalcore EDM kind of stuff, or metal EDM. Like, he even did a song with he just did a song with some deathcore singer that's pretty fucking heavy as shit, and it's
Nice.
yeah. So, okay. Joshy Washy
I
is.
watched. Did I mention? I can't remember if I mentioned
Bean.
last week that I watched Drop.
I think you said you talked about it and you said it was fine and it wasn't really a horror
fine.
movie. It was a thriller.
Yeah, it's a thriller. I couldn't remember. I wanted to make sure I thought that.
Yeah.
I said that.
Ken, you were excited about seeing Locked. Have you watched it yet? Holy shit. God.
Is that a new cat?
No,
No,
that's
it's Stripes.
That's Stripes, who's the massively fat old man who is like
Yeah.
he would if you were charging Stripes by the pound, you would be a millionaire because holy shit.
I know Ken is really small, but she's holding a fucking tiger right now.
That's
it's
he weighs
fucking ridiculous.
He weighs more than Gizmo. He weighs 30 pounds.
He's down to 26.
Oh, is he?
trimming it up. It's summer. He's got to get his speedo body.
Yeah.
Listen, he can. I thought you said pedo body. He can walk from here to the living room and back very easily now. He's even ran a few times.
Is Bean getting him to like play more and like getting him a little more active?
Sort of. I mean, he'll play with Bean, and that's good. Like he's the only cat that basically him and Flynn is terrified of Stripes, but Flynn will keep Bean in his place, and then Stripes will really keep Bean in his place. But
yeah.
I mean, they play a little bit. Bean's been in his harness all day to kind of calm his ass down because he was fucking cranked. So everybody needed a break. So he's in his harness. I'll let him out of his harness in a little bit and play with him. But
yeah,
that is one. That is definitely a tiger, 100%.
He's a big one. He's a big guy.
He is the Tony the Tiger who needs diabetes shots because
he's dieting.
That's
okay.
That's because when I said that my granddaughter was getting chased around by a little sausage shaped chihuahua.
Yeah,
I genuinely mean that. Like she has like these tiny little stubby legs that stick out because my mom and dad don't know how to regulate her fucking food.
Yeah,
they refuse. They just every time she does something good, they got to give her a treat, and she does something good every fucking hour at least. So.
Well, that was when Stripes. Stripes just used to eat. He used to have food out all the time.
Ah, yes.
And he would just eat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but he used to run a lot and he would hunt and stuff outside. And then once he was permanently inside, he didn't have that.
Yeah.
And then he just got really lazy, but he also used to get human food and treats and lots of junk food. And he hasn't had human food in a very long time. So we're working on it.
He's a cutie. He's a cutie.
Yeah, he is always
old.
I always loved the Stripes. He seems like a cool dude. So, you guys ready to talk about Hell of a Summer?
Yeah.
Ken, do you have a synopsis and whatnot?
I do. The counselors of a summer camp are terrorized by a masked killer. That's literally the description.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
That's very accurate, yeah.
So you know what?
There's not much to this movie. It's very simple. I mean, well, it's simple. I mean, we've seen this movie before.
Yeah. You know what it reminded me of?
I loved it because
I didn't hate it. I think it's a cute movie.
I didn't hate it
It was
either.
just fun. It was feel good. My thing with it that I liked is that it was very Gen Z coded without being cringy,
Yeah.
and it didn't feel like what am I looking for? It didn't feel like it was trying to be too PC or like anything like that. It just felt like it was fun. Like it was
Yeah.
just a fun movie. And I feel like I say that all the time where I'm like, movies that don't take themselves too seriously. This definitely was like you guys said earlier, two rich kids that came together and made a movie, but it's a good movie in my
Yeah.
opinion. I
Yeah.
Good
enjoyed it.
start for a filmmaking career.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Like, this is a solid entry for your first movie. Does
I,
it have flaws? Yeah, but does it have charm? Sure.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
genuinely does.
it reminds me of like if you took bodies and mixed it with like Friday the 13th and something like Scream. Scream, I mean, really any Scream, because you're trying to figure out who
Yeah.
the killers are the whole time. And yes, there are multiple killers in this, and and then I mean, it has the same fucking as the motivation from the Scream reboot or the Scream 5, or that like they just want to be famous killers and what, or even Scream 2 or whatever. Oh no, they Scream 5 was they hated the like
Scream
so
4
it's like
is
Scream.
one you're thinking of, where Nev Campbell's niece or cousin or some shit is the fucking killer.
Yeah, but no, Scream 2 they want to be famous too through the Timothy
Scream 1
Olyphant.
and 2. Well, Scream 2.
Yeah, Scream 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that thing where they want to be famous, and so they start killing people. And the 24-year-old in this movie, I kept looking at him and going, "Why does this guy remind me of Paul Damo?" And Paul Damo, I'm like,
yeah, he does. Yeah.
he looks like Paul Damo. He's like Timu Paul Damo.
He reminded me of, and I hate this because I feel like he comes up all the time, but of Kirk Cameron's son. No, not Kirk Cameron. Sorry. No,
Kurt
no,
Russell's
no.
son.
Kurt Russell's son. Yes.
Oh,
thank
Wyatt.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
He played
was
in
just
Fear Street, the first Fear Street trilogy.
was he?
Yeah, he was the kid that when everybody was making out or humping in Fear Street 94,
Yeah.
after they were cleaning the blood off of them, he was the one that was solo masturbating.
Dude, he had some cringe scenes in this movie, intentionally cringe scenes where you're just like, and it's
super socially awkward. I love him,
dude. I've talked about it on here before, but Josh got me watching the studio. I can't talk.
Yeah,
and that movie, that show has me cringing. There are like 5 episodes out of the 8 episodes that are out of that show where I'm just like, I'm cringing so hard I have to pause it, and like I can't watch it all the way through because I'm like, this is like it makes me feel so yucky that I like. It just, and this he had a couple scenes. I think it was when he was talking to the he kept coming into the cabins of the counselors and like trying to make jokes, and you're just like, dude, no, dude,
yeah.
no.
He's me and him would be friends. He's super socially awkward and kooky, and he plays it really well.
Yeah,
he plays this role really, really fucking well.
Yeah.
He's probably, in my opinion, he's probably one of the brightest spots in this fucking movie. I think
Yeah.
he's hilarious. Fred Heckinger, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Jason Hawkberg.
Yeah. I liked
super
this.
funny.
I liked the gay kid in it who was just like so over the top gay that it was like
The artsy
yeah. Who
one. Yeah.
who gets the only real kill in the entire movie that is just like he gets that leg snap where he like, which was hard to fucking watch, where he got his leg kicked in from the side and then the axe to his head, which was like,
Yeah.
I was talking to Ken before you came on, Brian, and I'm like, why did they make a slasher and then kill everyone off screen besides one person? Like, was it a budget thing? Like, I don't know, but like, every death was off screen. Like the guitar guy in the beginning and his wife. I guess his wife got killed on screen, and then.
Mhm.
I mean, the
Well,
chick
maybe
who got
that's why, like, because we were talking about why it would be rated R at that point. Like, maybe
Yeah.
it's because of like, yeah, we're not seeing the actual physical kills on screen, but maybe
Yeah.
it's because we're seeing the after effects.
Yeah. I don't know. It was that interesting thing, and it was like I had heard someone say that this was more of a comedy than a horror movie, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know about that. I think it might be more of a like most horror comedies are like 75% horror, 25% comedy kind of like things. I feel is like leans more on the horror than the comedy, but like this felt more like a 50-50 kind of like a mixing of everything. And you were talking all the Gen Z stuff, Ken. This movie kind of made me feel old because you know what I'm talking about. Like it was like
It made me.
No,
feel
I
old
have no
too.
idea, Rod.
It made me feel old as well.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What's up? Can't relate.
I've already spent how much of this podcast calling you old, Brian? But I mean,
80% of it, easily.
I mean, if you post on Facebook, these things will happen, Brian. The only reason I'm not even on
I better
Facebook,
not see you ever post a fucking thing on Facebook.
dude, no, I'm on Facebook now because of Burning Man. Like
Yeah,
everything,
guess what? I'm gonna make fun of you every time you post.
everything Burning Man.
Every
Also, I went to a
every
That's how
Burning
town
Man
is.
video.
Town here, everything is on Facebook. You want to know
Yeah.
anything going on? You better be on Facebook. You want to
Oh,
talk
by
to
the-
someone? Are you on Facebook? Fuck
Did you know that you can't give somebody a fucking couch on Facebook? Or you can, but I fucking can't because nobody would come pick it up. So I had to pay somebody to take it away.
I will come pick it up.
Oh,
No, I
it's
won't
gone.
because I'd have to go into the States for it.
Yeah, don't come here.
yeah, don't no,
Don't
stay
come
away.
here. There's nothing
Dude,
cool
I
here.
have to like I was doing that math earlier with Rod and I am not happy.
When do you have to come back?
Legally, I have to come back in the middle of September and
And-
my cousin gets married at the end of October. So
Oh my god, so you're gonna have to be here for a while.
Like a month
yeah,
and a half.
I'm not feeling that. So
Man, you guys need to speed this shit up. Get the fuck out of here.
I think what I might do is go over the border and then like not through the portal that I got detained, but go over the border and then come back through like later in the day and then technically I've met my requirement or whatever, or like leave, go stay over the border overnight somewhere and then come back
Yeah.
and then I've like met my legal requirement
Yeah,
and then I don't have to worry about staying that long in the States. So
staying in Tennessee
Whatever
for
you gotta do.
a month and a half. Fuck that noise,
Just
man.
don't do
Like
something that could potentially get you fucked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, legally
This
that's all I have to do.
administration will
I just
fuck you
have
into
to
oblivion.
yeah.
yeah. But what are you not doing the 3 months anymore? Like that too much money or whatnot? Is that like them bitching
Oh,
about
legally,
that?
I didn't have to. That guy just put it on me for 3 months. I have to be out within 6, so I can do 6
Okay.
months here, and then I have to go back to the States for at least a day,
Yeah,
and then 6 months back. So
yeah. Fucking insanity. So the two characters, Wolf, what was his name? Wolfhead,
Finn Wolfhard,
Finn Wolf.
Wolfhard.
He's Stranger Things kid.
the
Slash-
Chris
Yeah, he plays Chris, and then the other director was
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, and
Yeah,
his
Billy
name
Brick.
is
And
They
they
were the best friends in the
yeah.
in the,
Dude, I
in
hate
the movie. Yeah, they were the best.
I
friends.
hated Bobby. Bobby was like
I loved Bobby.
I loved Bobby. He grew on me. At first, I
I
didn't like
fucking
him, but
loved
then
him.
he
He
grew
was-
on me a lot.
He was such an ass. I love him.
Yeah.
I like how they're like he's talking to Finn about or Chris about the going down on the girl, and he's like,
Yes.
did you know that only 10% of women get the first sexual act performed on them? And he's like, why do you know that? And he's like a woman study
Women's studies major.
yeah.
And
It worked though because she was like, he's like the perfect guy.
yeah, because he went down on her for all of the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that's like 2.5 hours. And then she knows
2
the
hours
exact time.
Yeah, 2 hours and 9 minutes. You know what, Brian? You know what the masks for the killers in this wear a mask, like a Michael Myers jumpsuit combined with a mask, and the mask was a devil's mask, and What?
You know what that mask made me think of?
It made me
Satan's
think of
little helper.
haunt. Of what?
Satan's little helper.
Oh God. I was gonna say it reminded me of Haunt, but like, because that one guy wore the devil's mask in Haunt. Brian, you remember Haunt?
Yeah, I love Haunt.
Yeah, but the devil's mask in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminded me of.
The mask that was that Damien Maffei was wearing in that movie.
Yeah.
He played the devil in that. Yeah.
That man was a cool dude, and I haven't.
Yeah, he's.
I don't like. I stopped talking to him once I ran away from Twitter because Twitter is, and that's one of the reason I.
Fire.
Yeah, I hate Elon because every friend I went over there. I occasionally go on there to post them going live, and I see people that I like, and I'm like, God damn it! I had friends here, and then and then Elon peed all over it, and not in a good way, in like a very very bad way. But yeah, I do like I do appreciate that they took this and they made it simple, where they just took the camp counselor setup and then they were trying. It seems like they were kind of keeping this on a small budget. Do you know what the budget was, Kim? Did you see anything about a budget?
It was like 2.3 million. Where did it go?
Yeah.
I've got a 3 for me.
Yeah, 3 million. Yeah, sorry.
So I mean, that's a pretty good job for 3 million. Did it make any money at the box office?
It made 3 million.
Did it? Okay.
Made 1.1% or whatever. Or it was 3. Yeah.
3.2 million is what I've got. I don't know.
So
if that's accurate, Wikipedia.
It probably isn't profitable, but it's probably like it will be with DVDs and streaming and all that stuff. So
Maybe.
at least that's but like with that kind of thing, you're just like, oh, it's a $3 million thing. It's not that big of a deal. And I think that they did a pretty good job of like writing their generation. I still don't know why they decided to do that and like not show kills. I mean, besides the 2, obviously, right? But like, this was cute, and it was like obviously not very groundbreaking, right? Like that's the thing. Like, but I think that the dialogue and the cinematography was pretty good, and I'm excited to see what these guys come up with next. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And it obviously shows that how into horror these two guys are because of like their love. I mean, obviously, Stranger Things is a pretty culturally horror relevant thing, right? And
A little bit.
we had what's his name from that in the It movie. But so the Stranger Things kids are like going all over the place. I hear that the little redhead from Stranger Things is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. Ooh.
Is that right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're
Sophie.
talking about Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink.
I love
What?
Sadie Sink. She's so cute.
What else has she done besides Stranger Things? Because I've never seen her in anything else.
She played in that
She was
Odessa. She played in Odessa.
Yeah.
And,
She was in Fear Street Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and The Whale.
Oh yeah, that's right. She did play.
Oh, she was in all the Fear Streets. Yeah. She was in Eli.
I remember
Chuck,
her in
Glass
Fear
Castle,
Street.
Blue
Yeah.
Bloods.
I never saw Whale because it looked depressing.
I haven't
watched
either.
it yet either. Honestly, I should because I am a Brendan Fraser fan.
I hear that it's not that great of a movie, but he's awesome in it. Like his.
That's what I hear too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's the case. That's was just what it sounded like when that came out. So, but yeah, nobody ever said that most of the time because they were too busy praising how good Brendan Fraser was.
He probably casts a hell of a shadow over the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, an Oscar for the fucking thing. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny.
To fucking say that he was shaming fat people, and I'm like, he's a member of the club, guys.
Yeah,
he's a big guy now. You know, they did put a suit on him and make him bigger.
No, yeah, he's not. He's not his sexy ways of like the Mummy. Like,
his days of the Mummy are a bit past him now. Yeah. I mean, he'd get back that way probably. He's not fucking old. He's not an old man. Like he's not like.
I mean, he's older than you.
Yeah, a little bit. But...
Yeah. I always laugh because he is his movie, The Mummy, is one of those movies that it was a movie that gets called The Bisexual Awakening, where everyone realized they were bisexual because of all the beautiful people in the mummy.
That's funny.
So,
I thought that was Desperado for me, but you know, it's whatever.
I've never.
I was watching the first time I saw Desperado with Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek. I was like, oh my god, I don't know who I am.
You're like, God, Puss in Boots. You're so fucking
Antonio
sexy.
Banderas is fucking gorgeous in those first two movies. Okay, he looked absolutely gorgeous in Desperado and looked just as good for Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
I think I've seen part of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and that's about all of those I've ever seen. So.
It's ridiculous. Oh, you've never seen these? So, they're really cool movies,
I don't think I've ever watched them either, to be honest.
They're so cool. El Mariachi,
and
Desperado, and
El Mariachi wasn't the same actor, right? But like,
no, it was a different person.
Because that was like his film school.
But he did play in the second one. He was a member of his group of mariachi.
God. Yeah. Antonio Banderas is really good. So like this movie takes off with a bunch of kids going into like to be summer camp counselors. And the guy who has done summer camp 6 years in a row as a counselor and is 24 and just seems like a ginormous loser because he doesn't know.
His mom is even like shaming the fuck out of him because she's trying to get him to go to like law school. Apparently he's smart enough that he could get into law school.
No, I think didn't he go to law school? He had like an option to go work at a firm or something.
Something like that, And he's like, there's plenty of time for that. And she's like, how long can a guy do this? She's like, apparently a long time.
I mean,
$15.
She was so excited when she thought that he maybe wanted to turn around.
Yeah.
She's like, really? We can turn around. We can go back.
You're going to quit being a loser? Yay. I'm excited.
Mom was depressed.
Oh, dude.
I get it.
I mean,
I get mad when I talk to my damn son about getting his fucking license. My 21-year-old son still hasn't got his goddamn driver's license yet.
I mean, to be fair, Katz didn't get his until he was 30.
But Katz, he lived in a town with like 7 people in it.
Child and a full-time job that he needs to figure out how to get to.
Yeah, he needs it.
And I officially am no longer on his shift anymore. I worked my last day on his shift on Friday, and I start my new schedule this coming Friday, which probably me saying goodbye to you guys because I work Sunday and Monday night now. So
we're gonna have to try. We talked about doing Saturdays or something, Ken. So
we
maybe,
can always shift stuff.
Yeah. So to make sure we love you, Brian. We don't want you to go anywhere.
Well, I love you guys too, and that would
we love
hate
you.
to stop doing this.
But
I also want that fucking money.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's like an extra almost $300 a week.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost an extra whole ass paycheck every month.
Wait, did they fix that whole thing that you were having to deal with?
With my shoulder?
No, the like you having to rotate off shifts with people.
Oh yeah. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
They got all that squared. That's how come I'm going to my new shift because I picked a new one. Your
new old man shift.
Man, it's gonna be an adjustment because I work Friday and Saturday during the day, and then I got to turn around and work Sunday and Monday overnight.
Oh,
yeah,
that fucking sucks.
That's why they pay us so much because it fucking sucks.
Oh, dude, this is the thing,
Tuesday
man.
And Wednesday and Thursday off, and I don't do shit anymore anyway. So
you're sitting around watching
shop without a million customers at the grocery store.
That's very true. You get to actually go to appointments.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not, but all you're gonna do, the only stores you go shopping at, Brian, are like the record store, and you don't need more time in the record store because
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You buy too many records as it is.
Nobody else fucking there.
Yeah, we have the old dude who shouldn't be going to camp anymore, and then a bunch of new counselors. It seems like because they don't really get into the details of most of them, but they go very heavily into stereotypes for a lot of these characters, like the fucking the redhead who is a complete vegan, and she's like, like the guy Chris is trying to mac on her, or not Chris, what's his name, the other dude,
Bobby. Yeah,
and
I love it.
he goes, I'm a Sagittarius, like Ryan Gosling. She goes, ew, I hate Sagittarius.
Then leaves. But it's like Ryan Gosling. Like,
I mean, if you can't like love Ryan Gosling, I mean,
that burger and then he eats it in the fucking
yeah,
works too.
dude, I did love her in the fucking the cafeteria later on.
Oh, struggling.
With a double burger, and she's like, I hate myself. You're a fraud, and she's like moving the burger towards her mouth and gets murdered before she. You know, that's the thing. I wonder if like because of the twist that the hot couple were actually the murderers like all along, that's why they did the whole like they weren't showing murders on stream on screen, but like I don't know, because
I believe that is probably why.
Yeah,
because they wanted you to not know who the killer, because they do have a whole ass scene where they reveal her body, but it's just makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, and even the murder is just like the blood's going against her fucking. And by that way, that girl she's not like she plays a snotty cunt, but man, she's gorgeous. She is a very pretty. There's a lot of very pretty people.
Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is very pretty.
She reminds me of every like LA socialite kind of like person ever, but yeah.
Hardis Saremi.
And
it's a pretty name too. I probably pronounced it really bad.
I'm thoroughly convinced that she just manipulated that dude to do it because he's such a moron, because his whole like plot line is that he
100%.
kicked a cop. He keeps telling the story about kicking a cop.
Yeah.
Oh, the other scene I love in this movie is Bobby acting like he's going to ride his bike over the campfire.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Do it, pussy. What?
What I'm not going to for your entertainment.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm here for your entertainment, and you're calling me a pussy, dude.
Was hilarious.
Okay, what is the worst one of the kids? Because I have an opinion, but I don't want to say it first.
Which one's the worst?
Yeah, what's the worst kid?
Jesus, I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate
any of them.
It was.
But I guess probably the worst one would be the one that was allergic to peanuts.
I was gonna say the Peanut Kid was definitely the worst kid.
Actually, Peanut Kid.
Yeah, he's going off on the girl just because she has.
This is how you have social anxiety.
The granola bar.
Yeah.
Like no peanuts in it, and he's like, how insensitive of you to not respect my allergy. And she's like, it's a fucking granola bar.
There's no peanuts in it.
Like, it has nothing to do with your allergy. But he's
you know who that chick reminded me of? She reminded me of Maybe from Arrested Development. That's like.
I haven't watched Arrested Development in years, and I only saw like the first season.
Yeah. Same.
But Maybe was like the freckled, dark-haired girl from it that was the cousin of Michael Cera that they were like banging or whatever or making out, and then they were like cousins or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, dude, and also that's like the one thing they showed his body after he got killed, but like they didn't show like, which by the way, do you guys think that they stabbed him with a peanut butter knife, or they just like rubbed peanut butter on his face with the knife?
I'd like to think that they just rubbed it all over his little face.
Yes. I guess.
I guess.
I don't even fucking know. I thought that was kind of silly.
Yeah, I loved the fact that they used peanut butter as like his punishment, I guess, or whatever.
Punishment. Yeah.
Punish me, Daddy. I'm allergic to peanuts.
God, you turned Brian so red, Ken. You said punish me, Daddy, and Brian turned tomato red.
It's actually I've been red because it's hot as fuck in here right now.
Brian is cooking. Dude, I mowed the lawn for the first time this year, and I was like, by the time I was done, I was like, oh, I'm sore. I'm old and not like in shape.
Shit is shit. It's just fucking shitty.
Yeah.
I think
I planted my flower bed.
Kid.
Ken, did you find any cool like pieces of info or trivia about this?
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to do that.
I mean, you don't have to do it. I was just you often
Um,
do.
I can just grab a couple really fast.
Let's
That
see.
Finn Wolfhard initially had trouble selling the script because he was 19 at the time.
Okay.
And it shares similarities with the 2022 film Bloody Summer Camp, including a counselor who was considered to be too old for camp and a killer wearing a devil mask. But this came out in 2023.
Or it was done in 2023. I don't think it came out till this year. Like
Yeah,
that's what I
Bloody
kept.
Summer-
Okay, I think that this one was one of those that must have been released at like a Sundance or something.
This
Yeah.
was released at TIFF. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's because there was kept seeing 2023 and I'm like, but this came out a couple months ago. It came out in like March or something like that, right? Like, it was one of those odd things like Cabin in the Woods and stuff like that. Yeah, where you like didn't get sold right away, so it's just like,
Right.
yeah. Which is also weird, man. Like, you have this like this film get made, and you're like, it's a $3 million. It's not like you have that big of a risk. That's not like a big risk at all. And like, I feel like, I don't know, Neon.
Kind of is a little bit of a big risk for them since it's their first film.
No, not them. I meant like a studio picking it up or
Oh, you're talking
distribute.
about like Neon or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But like, I feel like Neon. It's weird, man. Neon did fucking Long Legs last year, which they did that awesome, crazy job of like, you know,
They
going up.
marketed that really well.
Yeah, but like that was all. Like they don't do every movie like Long Legs. Like it's
No, they don't
Yeah.
because I think Neon did Strange Darling. Also, I think they
Dude,
distributed
Yeah,
that.
Neon's been killing it, honestly. Didn't they do? They didn't do Monkey, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
they did.
I think they
Yeah.
did do Monkey.
I think they did. Oh, by the way, Brian and Ken, you might I don't know if either one of you guys know this. Like, do you guys know the artist Starcadian
No,
that does electronic EDM, like electronic stuff, like synthwave stuff sounding from the 80s?
Mhm.
He died in New York City the other day, and the craziest shit ever. So the story was, this guy was driving down the street on an electric bike. Someone opened up their van door, and he hit it, and fucking got run over because of it. And the guy was like 44 and got taken out by like a fucking. It sounds like a Final Destination type death. And it's just like,
that sounds awful. Yeah,
yeah, it's fucking
that's
crazy,
like
man.
really weird when. Well, I mean, it's horrible when anybody dies, obvious unless they're a pedophile. But like, it's horrible when anybody that dies. But like, it's so bizarre when something super fucking like the same way that that the little Anton Yelkin
Yeah.
kid passed away.
Yeah, whereas like his brake was off or didn't work or
his
something like
brake
that.
just like his brake just slipped out of position and pinned him.
Yeah,
What a like, are you fucking kidding me? Like
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
Like that's so weird.
Oh!
Like,
And that reminds me that how fucking have you seen the advertisements and the videos of them advertising Final Destination's Bloodlines with a log truck?
it's brilliant.
Log
Yeah.
truck. Then there's also a billboard and
brilliant.
a lawnmower.
Yes, it's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Yeah,
I-
I love it too.
I hope that movie's. I this is what I heard. I haven't heard a whole lot, but I heard someone go, "It's exactly what you expect it to be," and I'm like, "Well,
Oh.
that could. That's. I don't know.
That's okay.
That's great.
I mean, but it's one of those things where you go, the Final Destination isn't exactly a series of like every film is a 9 out of 10. You got some 8 out of 10s. You got some 3 out of 10s. There's some.
you got some bona fide turds in there too. Man.
Yeah, the one at the mall
It's like the
was
Saw
really,
franchise, which
yeah.
is mostly shit, to be honest with you.
dude.
Thank
like-
you.
I like 2 Saw movies, and that's
Yeah, I
about
don't
all.
like
Yeah,
I think I
I like
like
the first one and the
I like
second
3
one.
Saw movies because I like Saw. I actually liked Jigsaw. I hated Spiral. That was
Oh, Spiral was trash. What a waste of
yeah,
time.
what a waste of Chris Rock and Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
And then the newest one was really good, but
I I thought it was a well-made movie. I thought it completely missed the mark of what Saw was. And when you try to make Jigsaw a good guy, it is.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
It's the same thing as when they made that Don't Breathe 2. And you're gonna tell me the guy who had like locked up in the basement and was taking cum out of a jar is the good guy?
It's not
Fuck
the
you.
Same thing, but
Yeah.
I understand I understand the correlation.
Yeah.
But it is not the same thing because Jigsaw is not a fucking disgusting fucking rapist. Okay.
He's not a rapist. He's not a rapist.
Honestly, Don't Breathe 2 should have been its own thing and not affiliated with Don't Breathe because it would have been so good.
They could have, they could have made that movie not connected to the first one, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But no, they tried to almost. It seems like they tried to vindicate this fucking guy, and there's no fucking vindication for what he did.
Yeah,
in the first
that
movie,
was
dude. It's fucking disgusting.
And it's that thing where Jigsaw is an understandable character, but he's never a rootable character. And they tried to make him
agree, yes.
you rooting for him because of these worse people, and it's like
he's still a shit.
Yeah, I mean
he's still shit.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. You think of movies like From Dusk Till Dawn, where you have the scumbag, characters and George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, and it's not that you're rooting for them to survive or whatever, but you're not rooting for them to be to come out like victorious in like any more ways than just surviving, right? Like, and I don't know. I
was rooting for Seth Gecko, not Gordon.
Yeah. I've never seen
George
Wall Street.
Clooney was fucking awesome in that movie.
Dude. Yeah, his Quentin Tarantino's creepy as fuck in that movie.
He's fucking disgusting in that movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say like I think we've gone and bounced back and forth off of this movie because like it's I mean more than usual. Maybe not more than usual, but I just want to point out that I think that this movie there's a lot to like about it, but it's also not super deep, and and so it's like
this is kind of it's almost like it's almost a cool gateway horror movie in a way.
Yeah.
If it didn't have so much sex talk, because that's probably where the rating comes from. Is the sex talk and
but I mean even the knife kills at the end.
Charming little fucking silly movie, dude. Like I kind of dig it. I watched it twice, so I mean
I think it's very much like a proof of. I think it's very much like a proof of concept kind of film, right? Like where it's like these two can direct and make cool, interesting. I mean, cool stuff. It's like I think that I would like to see him take more risks and make things a little more original. But
I agree. Yeah,
because like, dude, like I said, like nothing in this plot is new, and not that you need new, but like. It's the charm of this movie comes from the humor and the young actors like being funny and all that stuff. But like, I would like them to do something more like just to a bit more of a reach, bit more of a like challenging kind of thing, right? And because if you don't have two young directors who are like loaded because of things like Stranger Things, then this movie doesn't get made, right? Probably. So. Yeah. So like, I mean, obviously we know they didn't make a whole ton of money with it, but like, I don't know, dude, like I saw that the fucking rankings of this, like it seemed like the critics kind of shit on this and it's
it was very lukewarm. The critics are like, it's literally the same 50-50 half, for critics and audiences.
Yeah. So, which is weird because I don't understand the critic part isn't weird. It's the audience part where I'm like, I think
that when most audiences go into a camp slasher movie, they want camp slashing to happen.
Yeah.
And there's honestly really not a lot of that in this because everything is done off screen.
Yeah.
Mostly to protect and I think you're right. I think it's mostly to protect the identities of the killer.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want anybody to know who was doing the killing necessarily.
Yeah.
But so that'll turn off your typical summer camp slasher crowd because they're not getting what they paid for and what they want. That being said, I don't hold it too much against it. I think it's a fine movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't reinvent the wheel by any means.
Yeah.
It's very much a product of inspiration, and influence, which is fine. That's what most movies are anyway. I mean, but what it does show is there's definitely, in my opinion, some ability behind the camera with these kids.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this movie's got bad direction by any means. But I mean, I've said it a lot in the past, and we've all said it in the past. Man, making movies is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a interview with Finn Wolfhard on IMDb where he talked about the different cameras that he recommended and the ones that they used the most of. So apparently he's really into it. He's very much into it. So that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. That's fucking awesome.
I mean, you think about it though, being a successful director, it feels like it's one of those things where having that tool in your bag, it gives you more opportunities to do things in Hollywood, right? Instead of if you're say your movie flops and then no one wants to ever hire you again, right? And you're having a thing where you can do this and you got to actually act. And obviously he was probably the best actor in this film. I
think he's a fine actor. I think he doesn't, in my opinion, and he's certainly shown more range in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But he's admittedly didn't give themselves a whole lot to work with.
I mean, nobody had a whole lot to work with.
Right, because nobody did. Yeah. Because it's a pretty simple film.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple formula. But they gave the most depth, and they needed to give the most depth to Jason, the Hawkman.
Yeah.
Fucking 30-year-old counselor.
How old are you?
So they needed to give him the most depth because he carries the movie. He carries it, and I think he's the best.
Yeah, you're probably right. Now that you say that,
he's fantastic.
Like I said,
he is so adorably awkward.
Yeah,
and just
he nails the awkward to a T.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's super fucking kooky, and I would hang with him. That's what I love. It's Bobby's I don't know you,
Did either one of you?
Oh, I know you.
Did either one of you ever see those TBS movies, The Librarian, where it was Noah Wild going off and what?
Noah Wiley.
Yeah, he It kind of reminded me of that because it's he was a 30-year-old who kept getting more college degrees because he didn't want to do anything else in his regular life kind of thing. And finally something pushes you to do it. I did laugh at the end where he's next year I think we're going to have to I'm going to have to pick up more responsibility. And he's I'm just messing with you. And you're just are you really messing with her? Or are you just...
I think this movie's super charming. It's super, super fun. It's an easy movie to watch.
Yeah, it's
there's some really funny dialogue, I think, in this movie with some of these characters.
Yeah.
Because they very quickly jump on board that he's the killer and they tie him up and shit. And it's kind of hilarious, their justifications for him being the killer.
Yeah.
And it's all rooted in the fact that he's fucking been there for so long and he's got a beard and shit.
His eyes are dead. His eyes have that look of despair. When they're recording everything. I thought it was it's that thing where you take a very, very simple premise and you just kind of just try to do it well. And I think they did do it mostly pretty well. I was saying to Ken earlier, I was why didn't they show, and then talk about it with you guys, like I said, probably the killer identity. I think that there was a lot of that kind of stuff where you go, not a perfect first film. This isn't Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs, I should say, but it is a fun little thing where you just go, these guys love horror movies from the 80s, obviously. And I do like that they took some measures because it's always, obviously with modern horror, they always have the problem of how are they going to make it so the cell phones don't ruin everything, and they take their cell phones away at the beginning of the movie. So, but yeah, I thought this was fun. I think it's easy to bust the balls of this movie a little bit just because it's an odd kind of film in a lot of ways where it's more heavily, like I said, it's more of the comedy aspect. And I said 50-50 before. This might be a 75% comedy, 25% horror kind of like mix. It's not your usual mix. Almost, dude, you know what's funny is because it almost reminds me of Hard Eyes in that way, where it's got that like horror is like the secondary category for the film instead of the first.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Hard Eyes, I think, was a better movie, a way better movie, but I do like
Hard
this.
Eyes is fucking fantastic. I love Hard Eyes.
Which, by the way, if you haven't watched it, Hard Eyes is now on Netflix. So yes.
Oh, they put Hard Eyes on Netflix.
Yeah. I see Devin Sawa tweeting or blue skying about it occasionally or threads.
Did you guys watch the? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
I'm gonna continue going. Did you watch the trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer yet?
Yes. Okay. I have questions. The whole concept of I Know What You Did Last Summer is that they don't tell anyone what they did last summer.
Fucking killed somebody.
And then, so they're coming back 20 years later, and Freddie Prinze comes into town. Hey, guys, you know that crime that has no limit of statute? You know, like, you can't, well.
Thank you. I was just talking about the same thing the other day. I was like, I Know What You Did Last Summer is kind of a fun movie, but let's not pretend that those guys were actually the fucking villains in that movie. Don't get me wrong. They almost killed another villain because he did just kill that boy. Yeah. And they ran him over on accident and then dumped him in the fucking lake. Yeah. He just happened to live. So I was like, I'm like, those guys ain't exactly fucking victims.
No, they all. And one of the stupidest deaths in the entirety of slashers is Sarah Michelle Gellar getting to the end of that fucking alley. And then stopping and turning around to get gutted like a fish. I'm just like, and there are rumblings she's in this movie also, by the way.
Do what?
There are rumblings she's in this next movie.
How?
I don't know. Stu's in Scream 7. And
I guess.
He had a TV dropped on his head, and he's back again.
Well,
so.
Yeah, I'd like to see how he's back again. Because let's say people are like, "Oh, you can't kill somebody by throwing a TV on top of their head." I'm like, you didn't know what TVs weighed.
I was gonna say, do you know that thing weighed 50+ pounds, and he got it dropped on his head? Yeah,
easy. Yeah, that would definitely kill a motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't know. They're supposedly making Scream 8 already, also.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I saw the trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. But it's gonna be bad,
dude. That's the problem because I even remember you doing an episode about 90s horror movies on your old podcast, Brian, and we can look back on I Know What You Did Last Summer with rose-colored glasses, but it's not a great slasher.
It's not a great movie.
No.
Neither one of them are.
Yeah.
The sequels. Yeah. The sequel might be one of the worst movies ever made in the history.
Would you like to know a fun secret?
What?
You never seen I Know What You Did Last Summer? I love you. Let's watch it next week.
Next week. There we go. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, the original.
Hell yeah.
Dude.
Yes, this is exciting. Oh my God.
Brian, did you? Okay, that means.
Figure out what day to record on.
Yes.
I mean, I could do it Saturday night if you guys want to do it Saturday night.
This Saturday night, I should be available.
Okay.
The problem is this on Saturday nights I may not always be available because I do have other stuff that I've got to do on Saturday. But I think I could squeeze in a recording session with you guys this Saturday night if Josh is available also.
The recording during the week is harder for me because I stream all night. So yeah, whatever. We'll figure something out. And I'm getting my tattoo on Friday.
Ooh, holler! What you getting?
My charity tattoo.
Name? You getting Big Daddy Brian tattooed on across the top of your butt?
No, I'm not doing that. But I'm getting me as Bob from Bob's Burgers.
No, I'm not doing that. But
and well, it's not that far off because it's me and Goobers is dressed up as Linda. So I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. So, but that'll be done. So
that's fantastic. Yeah. I'm looking forward.
Oh, by the way, also I went to a Burning Man garage sale on Friday and hung out for a while, and I bought chaps. So Rod has
Chaps?
leather chaps.
I love you, dude.
And
Don't ever change, brother.
I'm gonna probably wear them with no pants or anything underneath them. Just wear chaps running on like
chaps.
assless chaps. Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
So my ass and balls will just probably be hanging
We
out.
also
And
got, by the way, Fear Street Prom Queen comes out on May 23rd.
okay, we're definitely talking about that the week after then.
I was a little disappointed to see that it was a different filmmaker that made
hope
this
it's
one
good.
than the first three. I'm a
Yeah.
little bummed, but I still have faith because those first three are so good. I love.
Oh
that
yeah,
trilogy.
me and Josh talked about
fucking love the Fear Street
dude.
trilogy.
That fucking bread slicer kill is still one of the most gnarly
It's so
horror
good.
kills of all time.
So good.
Dude, that was one of the things where you're like, oh, they're not fucking around. They're going to start killing main characters like
Mm-hmm.
and then in that movie. Okay.
Yeah, and in the first movie, I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
Ken, you're going to learn the joys of I Know What You Did Last Summer, which has one of the most iconic scenes of 90s horror movies where, what do you call her, stands out in the middle of the
What are you
road.
waiting for?
What are you waiting for? It's
so bad. It's so bad,
dude.
That was very much a movie that was a product. Its success was a product of another movie's success.
Yeah,
because the only reason I Know What You Did Last Summer made any money was because Scream.
That's the only reason it got greenlit was because of Scream.
It's not. It's based on a book, and it's the book. The novella is nothing.
Yeah,
like
it's because it was Kevin. Well, dude, that and you know what the other one's like that too.
Wrote both scripts.
Yeah, you know what the other one's completely like is only happening because of Scream, Urban Legend, because
Urban Legend's a better movie than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
For the next podcast, talking about where it came from and whatever.
Dude,
what are you doing?
Oh,
Are
you
you?
say that for the next episode? Yeah.
You're Milton. I believe you have my staple. Okay, let's go next week. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Ken, you want to pimp yourself?
Sure, I'm live every day except for Saturday at twitch.tv/continue. That's KINTINUE. I'm playing Satisfactory until Doom comes out.
Holler.
I'm trying to figure out how to upgrade the gifted copy of Doom I got so that I can play early. So, yeah.
Yay.
Oh, that was nice that somebody gifted it to
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. It was very, very nice. Yeah.
She got that.
100%.
Dude, I almost made her an emote of her putting the helmet on, but then it was green screened and I was trying to do things and it just wasn't working right. Brian, what about you?
Oh, I'm just kind of a nomad. I got just a one-man wolf pack.
Sounds good to me.
I am still technically part of the We're Gonna Make You Watch podcast, but we're just taking a break because life just got super busy for all three of us.
Yeah.
And I actually record my first episode for the Awesomely Bad podcast here on Wednesday. So it's Sunday right now. And so Wednesday, me and Matt are recording our first episode. We're going to
Talk about Cobra.
Yeah. We're talking about Cobra because you guys won't let me do it on this podcast, even though
I told you we could do Cobra someday, Brian.
it's a movie. Okay, well, Josh won't let us do it. So you're going to have to talk Josh into it because
Josh?
it's not a horror movie, but it's a movie about slashers.
I mean, it's not a horror movie, but we've done not horror movies.
I didn't say it was, but it's a movie about slashers. If you just say that, it makes it fit.
Okay.
Guess what? Hell of a Summer ain't a fucking horror movie either.
No, it's a comedy. Let's be real. Oh, okay. Although, dude, that leg breaking thing was gnarly as shit because, yeah, dude, that shit fucking scares the crap out of me all the time. I am on twitch.tv/Roger_Johnson, and I've been playing French Final Fantasy, and I'm loving it. And yeah, the game's fun. And I think that's about all.
What?
It's called Clara Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh, okay. You're playing. Yeah, okay.
It's French Final Fantasy. Yep.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
It's awesome. I fucking loving it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
I love it. So I'm enjoying the shit out of it. So I got like 15 hours in it or something like that. So okay, fuckers. We love you. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Bye.
Bye.
I love you guys. Okay.